They said the sky was the final frontier. But in 1962, humanity detonated it. A nuclear warhead named Starfish Prime was launched from Johnston Island, a tiny dot in the Pacific Ocean. It didn't fall back to Earth. It exploded 400 kilometers above, in near space where air barely exists. There was no sound, no shockwave. Only light, a man-made dawn brighter than the sun, stretching across half the Pacific. Within seconds, night turned to color. Artificial auroras of violet and green danced over Hawaii. Radars flickered, satellites went silent. Honolulu's lights died in unison. When the glow faded, one question remained: had we explored the heavens or wounded them? For the first time, the sky itself had become a nuclear laboratory. Before the explosion came precision. The Thor missile, a medium-range ballistic design, was converted into a carrier for a nuclear warhead. Inside the control bunker, engineers counted down in steady voices. 10, 9, 8. Engines roared, shaking the ground. A white flame tore through the tropical night. Each second, Thor climbed dozens of kilometers, leaving a ribbon of fire stitched into the darkness. Inside the warhead, altitude and timer sensors ticked with millisecond accuracy. No one saw the blast. They only watched numbers, coordinates, voltages, telemetry. When the clock struck 0, radiation meters spiked. Above, a vast halo of light bloomed ink spreading across the fabric of space. It happened in silence. 1.4 megaton, 100 times. Hiroshima erupted where no air could carry sound. For nearly a minute, the Pacific blazed, the heavens ignited like a second Sunday. A plasma ring expanded outward, ionizing the upper atmosphere, sending electric echoes toward Earth. Geiger counters screamed thousands of kilometers away. When the light subsided, an artificial aurora lingered blue, pink, violet, green. A cold hallucination written across the night. Scientists called it ionospheric excitation. Witnesses called it the dawn of the end. Because in that instant, mankind learned we could make the sky glow, but not make it stop. The ocean mirrored the spectacle above. Ripples of neon light shimmered across calm water. Pilots flying nearby described the sight as beautiful enough to be terrifying. Violet streams pulsed like veins in a living world. High-speed film captured the expanding plasma, frame by frame art and annihilation fused together. In the control room, no one spoke. The reflection of the globe burned in their eyes. A young physicist wrote in his notebook, "It is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen, and proof we've gone too far." "13 minutes later, darkness struck thousands of kilometers away. The electromagnetic pulse raced across the Pacific, severing radio lines and power grids. In Hawaii, 300 streetlights went dark at once. Radar screens blinked out. No one understood what had happened. It was the birth of a new weapon, EMP, the invisible force that destroys without touch. Faster than light, silent as death, it moved through everything, leaving only quiet. Clocks froze, radios hissed, and above the blacked-out islands, the sky still glowed, a paradox of light born from the absence of life. Inside the bunker, engineers kept watching. Monitors flashed erratically, numbers danced across screens. They logged every millisecond, hands trembling, eyes fixed. One voice whispered, "Are we destroying something we don't understand?" No one answered. From Hawaii came reports of moving lights, not stars, but satellites burning in ionized air. The entire world saw the glow, but few knew its cause. Science had outrun comprehension. Humanity could only observe. In the silence, Geiger counters ticked the heartbeat of a man-made cosmos.
Operation complete. Sky stable. Data collected.
We cannot proceed with this. It's a breach of every ethical standard.
Then came the questions. Was this progress or arrogance? A nuclear burst in space had proven one truth: not all light brings life. A physicist wrote, "We created the aurora of God, but we never asked if we were allowed to touch it." The military hailed success, proof that EMP could cripple an enemy without war. The scientists saw something else: a wounded sky, charged particles ripped apart. In the quiet aftermath, some realized every time we make light, a piece of the dark is lost forever. When Operation Fishbowl ended, 5 detonations had left invisible scars in Earth's atmosphere. The ionosphere wavered for months. Several satellites never woke again. No one took responsibility. The reports were buried. But islanders remembered. One night, their sky burned without sunrise. That light was beautiful and wrong. No war, no enemies, just an experiment that made the planet go silent. An observer later wrote, "We saw heaven catch fire and still called it science." When the last glow faded, darkness returned, but not the same darkness. Because once humanity learns to make the sky shine, it can never see night the same way again. Operation Fishbowl ended not with an explosion, but with a lesson. Not all light is progress. Some exist only to remind us there are boundaries we should never cross.
Audio sensors embedded in the ground register low frequencies, the Earth's own resonance.